Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday. I know we're almost halfway through January already, but I am so happy to finally be back on YouTube. This video is something that's been super overdue. I wanted to share with you guys a couple of things that I've picked up over the Christmas holiday. Some of you guys already had a sneak peek of it on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure to go ahead and follow me. I am a lot more active on Instagram, and a lot of time you guys get the first look onto the things that I've added into my collection over there. Without further ado, I will just dive straight into what I got in Paris. I picked up something from Hermes and a couple of sweaters. One of them, I'm wearing them. It's from a French brand called Ami. This is just a simple cardigan, which I really like. I have two other pieces. One of them is also from Ami, so just a simple cropped, similar kind of vibe sweater. And another thing I picked up is also a sweater. This one is from Prada. I've always really wanted the crop Prada sweater, so I end up picking up this one. You guys can see has the very faint Prada logo, which I like. I prefer something a little bit more subtle, and we had to go through I think like 2 to 3 stores to be able to find this in my size. I just feel like everybody's holiday shopping in Paris during Christmas, so literally everything was out of size. Moving on to the most exciting item, it is a handbag, and there's a couple reasons why I didn't buy a whole lot on this trip. I guess we can go more in depth into that in the actual story part of this whole thing, but I'll just do the unboxing for you guys. There's a little pamphlet, as usual, that comes with the handbags. So for those Hermes lovers that I'm sure you guys could guess what bag it is because of the size of the box. But here it is. Any last guesses? Here is the dust bag. And inside I have my new Hermes handbag. Da-da-da-da. This is Hermes Constance Mini in the color gold with gold hardware. Let me remove the felt. So these are like the new felt that came with the newest version of the Constance. As you guys know, I already own a couple of Constances. I have 3, and then this is my 4th one. And honestly, it's probably one of my favorite style of handbags from Hermes because it's just so practical and easy to use. So here, now that I've removed the packaging, you guys can see this is what it looks like. It's gold with white stitching, which is basically what Hermes usually do on the classic colors, and it has gold hardware playing on the back. It's different from the new Constance Mini and the old Constance Mini is that there's a little mirror on the inside, and it's actually not too hard to get into. My essay was joking about it because I was asking him about like what's the difference between the new Mini Constance and the old Mini Constance, and he said it's literally just the difference in price. The mirror was just a way to increase the price. But here, the little mirror that comes with the Constance now that you get from the boutique, and essentially there's a slot over here that you can put the mirror in. I don't know if I would actually ever use that mirror, but I guess it's just a cute little handy thing to have. Everything else about this bag is exactly the same as the old Constance. It's the exact same size, exact same construct. Unlike the Constance 24, which is the bigger version of this bag, they've changed quite a lot more about that bag than they have done to the Mini Constance. And I showed you guys already on the inside, they're just 2 segments. You can fit quite a lot into it. This is what it looks like. We'll definitely do a little bit more of a in-depth video. I'll talk to you guys, I guess, a bit more in that video about my general experience with the Mini Constance and some comparisons and stuff like that between the old and the new, if you guys are interested, and potentially other bags of a similar size from Hermes. If you guys are interested in that topic, please leave it in the comment section down below so I know, so I can cover that next time. Before I move on to the story, I will tell you guys the price of the bag. Keep in mind, I did get this bag before Christmas, so this was before the Hermes price increase. And in Paris, the Constance Mini with the mirror in Epsom leather cost 6,700 euros. You get 10% back from tax refund, but the Constances have gone up in price. I think like 5 to 8%. I'm not perfectly sure. If I find out about the new price in Paris, I'll leave it in the description down below for you guys. So now moving on to the story time. So initially, this was not the bag that I was after when I went to Paris. My essay and I have been working on something different for a bit now. So I've wanted an exotic Mini Kelly for quite some time, so that was what we were working towards. And given that it was the festive season, we thought we had a pretty good chance of getting something that I wanted but unfortunately there weren't anything that really interested me. There just wasn't the right colors. So we had to look at some alternatives because he still wanted to offer me something for the festive season. So there were 3 bags that were offered to me as alternative to the original bag I was after. I guess I can tell you guys initially what I was after. I was after a alligator mini Kelly, ideally in a more neutral color, like anything that's a white, grey or brown, but unfortunately there just wasn't anything in that color scheme. So he had brought back a couple of other options for me. There was a mini Kelly in the color chai in ostrich leather, which was really adorable, but I just didn't really like the color chai on ostrich. I think it looked a bit dull. I don't know if it's just because we were indoor, but I just wasn't really excited about it, so pretty quickly we decided to pass on that one. The other bag he offered was a Constance. I told him that I really like Constance, so I said maybe we could look at exotic Constance. So he brought back a mini Constance in the color Gris Pro in matte alligator, which was honestly so stunning. It was with plated hardware as well, so perfect. And when I saw the bag, I was honestly so in love with it, and I absolutely adored the color Gris Pro on matte alligator. I think it's one of the best colors, but unfortunately I just don't really want, I guess, too many exotic pieces in my collection, and I wasn't sure if the Constance style was something that suited an exotic leather, partially because I use my Constances more casually, but exotic leather to me is for slightly more formal occasions. And another thing I noticed on that brand new bag was that the skin already started to peel a little bit on the edge of the flap. I think just because of the curvature of the flap, which I've heard about this issue from other people, where when they buy an alligator Constant mini or just Constance in general, and to Kelly's as well, the strap and the top of the flap, so basically this part of the bag, I guess it's quite curved, so a lot of time the scales, it will start peeling over here, and that just wasn't gonna run with me, especially I'm a bit OCD and I like my things looking as good as possible. So that was a no. And then the last one was also a Constance in alligator, but shiny alligator in the color beige sable. I think that's how you say it. It's another really gorgeous color that I've seen on the internet, and I really like the way it looked. In person, it just felt a little bit old. I don't know if it's just a general thing with shiny crocodile alligator leather. I just find them a little bit old looking, and they don't really age super well. So given those two things, I just wasn't a huge fan of that one, so that was quickly a no as well. So I rejected basically the 3 bags that he had offered to me on the first round, and we kind of were a bit conflicted about what to do. And then I thought maybe it would be fine to just add another regular leather Constance. So you guys that follow me on Instagram know that I've been thinking about getting another Constance. So I asked for a Constance mini in the color Etude with palladium hardware. So that was something I think I would really love to have in my collection. But unfortunately, there wasn't anything available. He only had one in rose gold hardware, which you guys know I'm not a fan of rose gold hardware anymore. So I kind of took a step back and thought about what I could potentially want. And then something just popped into my mind, and I asked him for a gold mini Constance, which is the one I got here, with either gold or palladium hardware, which is surprising because you guys know I'm really in my palladium hardware phase. I don't know why. In that moment, I felt like I was open to gold hardware on gold. So anyways, he had both, but unfortunately one of them had just been sold, and it was the one with palladium hardware, so the only option left was essentially the one I have here. So tried it on, I thought about it, and honestly I really like this bag. Like, it was a bit surprising, and the gold hardware doesn't really stand out as much against the bag. It's not super like contrasted, so it's cohesive, so it suits the bag well. And even when I compared it to the exotic mini Constance I was offered, I actually preferred the look of this bag over the exotic ones. So in the end, I decided to take this bag and wait for the perfect mini Kelly in alligator to come eventually. eventually instead of rushing into a decision that I'm not completely satisfied with. It is quite expensive, the Hermes exotic bags, so I didn't really want to buy one that I'm not 100% on. That was essentially the story of how I ended up with this gold mini Constance. Do I regret it? Absolutely not. I think it's a bag I'm gonna enjoy a lot. I love my Constances, like that I know for sure. And when I shared the unboxing with my followers on Instagram, a lot of you guys actually shared with me that this exact combination was also your Christmas bag, and that's honestly like such a happy coincidence. And so many of my fans also have the same bag, so I think that's quite wonderful, and I'm always so happy to hear the good news from everyone. Anyways, it was a happy moment, and I don't have any regrets with this bag. I think I will enjoy it a lot. I'm still waiting to use it. I haven't used it since I came back because I was waiting to do this video with you guys, but now that she's out of the box, I will be using her a lot, and I will let you guys know how it's gonna wear. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. We'll do a more in-depth review of the Constance at a later date. If I missed out on anything, if there's anything that was not clear, you can send me a DM on Instagram or just leave it in the comment section down below. I'm always happy to answer. Hopefully this has been a fun first opening video for 2024, and I hope there's many more fun videos to come in this brand new year. Thank you guys for staying to the end. I will see you guys next time. Bye.